Welcome to Canadian Armed Forces Fitness, your premier destination for online fitness training in the CAF community. Our mission is to provide dynamic, results-driven fitness programs tailored to meet the diverse needs and wants of our CAF members. Join us for our weekly live and bilingual workouts with options for every fitness level. Engage in our challenges and explore diverse content from mobility sessions to targeted training programs like force evaluation prep. Connect with our community by subscribing to our bulletin and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to stay informed on our latest updates and events. I'm Coach Saul, and together we are CAF Fitness.
Indeed, we are CAF Fitness. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Canadian Armed Forces Fitness Studios powered by PSP. I am your host, Coach Saul. Like always, have water nearby, have space to stretch in, and if there's any movements that don't agree with you in your body, let me know in the comments so I can give you alternatives. If you'd like to, as opposed to typing a comment to me, if you'd like to interact directly with me with your voice, you can log in on Zoom at cfmws.ca/CAFFitness and then follow the link for the Zoom there. It's always the same link for all the lives. Just make sure you log in at the right time, and then we'll be able to do that. Okay, we got a nice Zoom crew here, and we're excited for today's stretching, for today's mobility. Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans le studio des facs en forme propulsé par PSP. Je suis votre hôte, Coach Saul. Comme toujours, avoir de l'eau à proximité, avoir un espace bien dégagé et sécuritaire. Et si jamais il y a un mouvement qui ne vous convient pas, dites-moi dans les commentaires pour que je puisse vous donner des alternatives pour ce mouvement ou étirement-là. On a hâte à commencer cette séance d'entraînement aujourd'hui ou séance de mobilité aujourd'hui. Et si vous voulez interagir avec moi en direct au lieu de taper les commentaires, veuillez juste suivre les liens sur sbmfc.ca/fac en forme et vous aurez le lien pour Zoom et tous les autres médias sociaux. Ok? Avant de commencer, veuillez lire l'avis de non-responsabilité que je vais mettre sur l'écran maintenant. Hop là, je trouve pas ma souris. Voilà. Before getting started, please read the disclaimer, which is on the screen right now, but it's also available in the description section. L'avis de non-responsabilité est aussi disponible dans la description de cette vidéo. Finalement, avant de commencer cette séance, il y a un lien vers Wordly dans le chat. Wordly, c'est pour les sous-titres où vous pouvez me muter, me faire parler n'importe quelle langue que vous voulez, mais remarquez que le contenu est traduit à l'aide des outils basés sur IA, et ça peut ne pas saisir toutes les nuances de la langue d'origine. Okay, so please note that this content is being translated using AI-based tools, and while we strive for accuracy, AI-based translations may not capture all the nuances of the original language. So there is a link towards Wordly for subtitles if you need them, or you can mute me and have me speaking whatever language you'd like. All right, without further ado, we are going to get started. So what we're going to do, everyone, is if you have it, I want you to have something nearby like a chair or a couch, not too high off the floor, but something that you will be able to sit on and also put your leg up on without too much effort from the floor. You'll need a place to stretch on the floor that's comfortable. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a head to toe kind of like warm up with dynamic stretching movements. Then we're going to get into long holds and also some dynamic movements that we're going to go a little bit deeper into range of motion. All right, so let's start off by reaching one hand behind our back, grabbing your wrist, and pulling. Now that you have one arm sticking out to the side, lean your head towards that side and inhale as you look up and exhale as you look down. And I just want you to synchronize those movements with your breath. Come on back to the center and switching over to the other side now. Grabbing onto your wrist, pulling to the other side now. You're going to feel a stretch not only in your neck, but your trapezius as well. Leaning to the side that the chicken wing is on, and we're breathing in as we look up and out as we look down. And for those of you who are not used to my mobility classes, or rather if it's your first time, then you know that we are going to be doing each stretch for about 5 3 to 5 deep breaths. Very nice. All right, everyone. Now, one arm out to the side. Both arms out to the side. One arm is going to be palm facing up. The other arm is also palm facing up, but rotation all the way internally like this. Okay, now it's going to feel a little bit odd, but essentially we're just reaching both extremities of the range of motion, and now we're going to flip the script. So I'm going to screw one shoulder in and unscrew the other, just like that. Shoulder screws, like I said, 5 deep breaths here, just keep going back and forth. And try to be as tall as possible. Try not to like lean over or anything like that. Try and just rotate as much as you can at the joint. Very nice, and relax. Now we are going to target the shoulders here in terms of getting warm, but now we're going to do something called the T-spine glide. So I want you to try and separate your upper back from your lower back and your chest from your stomach. So essentially, watch here. My chest is going to be moving one way, and then my lower half of my torso is going to be staying in place, okay? So elbows up to the side like a scarecrow. Okay, just let your arms fall in front. Then what you're going to do is you're going to try and reach your elbow to one side, come back to neutral, reach your elbow to the other side. But like I said, trying to separate the upper body from the lower body, this is called your thoracic spine glide. We're just gliding those vertebrae side to side. And I want the movement to be in the upper body. I want us to avoid kind of kicking our hips out to the side like this, okay, because I don't want any tilting from one side to the other. I just want the thoracic spine to glide one way and the other way. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And relax. Okay, I know the shoulders are fried, so let's take a break from the arm stuff. Hands on the hips. We're going to do hip hurdles. Okay, alors on va faire des cercles de hanches. On amène le talon vers l'arrière, le genou vers l'extérieur et on va surmonter au-dessus d'un obstacle imaginaire. Ok, talon vers l'arrière, vers le côté et au-dessus de l'objet imaginaire. On va faire ça au moins 10 fois de chaque côté. Okay, alors prenez votre temps, 10 fois total, pardon. Et on va aller dans l'autre sens après qu'on a fini avec ça. Okay, alors talon vers l'arrière, genou vers le côté et on va au-dessus de l'objet. Et prenez votre temps. On ne veut pas trop rusher ici. Okay, lorsque vous avez fini 5 de chaque côté vers l'avant, on va faire la même chose mais dans l'autre sens. Alors on monte le genou, on pointe le talon vers l'extérieur et on va aller nager vers l'arrière comme ça. Ok, boum. C'est comme si on fait la natation avec les jambes. Ok, on va sentir ça dans les fessiers. Alors, si jamais vous redoutez que vous sentez le propre chose, oui. Lorsqu'on fait la rotation interne, ça demande un peu plus d'effort des fessiers. On essaie de chercher la pleine amplitude. Et comme j'ai dit, 5 fois de chaque côté, 10 fois total. Très bien. Ok, lorsque vous avez fini avec ça, je prends mon matelas et je vais prendre la position de chien tête basse. Ok, les épaules sont échauffées et on met les mains en dessous des épaules. On pousse la tête entre les bras, on monte les fessiers dans les airs et on essaie d'amener les talons au sol. Lorsqu'on est là, on veut garder les fessiers le plus montés que possible et on va plier un genou et on va changer de jambe pliée tout en respirant profondément. Alors, changez le genou plié autant de fois que vous voulez. Passez autant de temps que vous voulez sur un côté ou sur l'autre. Ça ne dérange pas, on prend notre temps. Très bien. Et soit qu'on marche les mains aux pieds ou les pieds aux mains. Et on va finir avec un Jefferson curl. Alors, on remonte, on déroule une vertèbre à la fois. On va empiler les vertèbres à nouveau, une vertèbre à la fois. Et on décolle le menton du poitrine. Ok. Asseyez-vous sur votre boîte ou chaise ou quelque chose que vous pouvez vous asseoir dessus. Et là, on va juste lever une jambe et on va faire les cercles avec les chevilles. Mais je ne veux pas qu'on fait les cercles au complet. Je veux que vous imaginez que c'est un arc-en-ciel à l'envers. Okay, so I want you to do an upside down arc or an upside down rainbow. This way. Okay, just the one ankle for now. And like I said, 5 deep breaths. And switching sides now. So under and back under. Ça fait du bien. And relax. All right. So I'm going to push this back against the wall for now. Now we're going to be doing our long holds or our deeper stretches, okay? We're going to start off with a thoracic spine rotation or a T-spine rotation. This one happens from the floor. Okay, so everybody laying down on the floor. And then what I'm going to ask everyone to do is you're going to place one leg out. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up this one and another one. Everyone on your side. Not on your back, on your side. All right. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is put your bottom hand on top of your knees to keep them stacked on the floor. We're going to keep them glued and stacked on the floor. The other arm is going to reach out in front. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get both shoulder blades to touch the floor on your exhale. Okay? And we're going to stay there for 5 seconds or for a few deep breaths. And then we're going to come back in front just like that. Okay? Now, if you can't, that's okay. I don't want you to compensate by rotating and getting your hips to the floor or anything like that. So keep your knees stacked, deep breath, and open it up. And come on back. Again, inhale, and open it up. And reaching back in front again. And once again, inhale. And as you exhale, open up. Try and get both shoulder blades to the floor if you can. and back in front. Good. Let's switch over to the other side now. Okay? Alors, on va changer de côté, changer de bord. On se met sur l'épaule opposée. On met le main du bas sur les genoux pour les garder collés et garder collés au sol. Ok? On allonge le bras du haut. Grande respiration. Et on ouvre la poitrine au plafond. Et on essaie de toucher les deux omoplates au sol. Tout en gardant les genoux collés l'un à l'autre et aussi au sol. On revient vers l'avant. Encore une fois, grande respiration. Et expirez en ouvrant la poitrine. Très bien, on revient vers l'avant. Grande respiration. Et on ouvre la poitrine. Et on revient vers l'avant. Très bien. Là, on va maintenant nous coucher sur le dos et on veut essayer en tout temps dans cet exercice de garder les deux omoplates plaquées au sol. Bon, ok? Alors mes omoplates sont plaquées au sol. Je vais maintenant mettre une jambe tout droit, l'autre jambe au-dessus, comme ça. Okay? Alors celui-là, c'est l'opposé du dernier exercice. On veut essayer de garder les deux omoplates au sol en laissant notre genou tomber vers le côté. Alors là, on cible le bas du dos. Okay, so this one's actually the opposite of the last one. This time we want to keep both shoulder blades on the floor. And we want to be rotating the lower back. Okay, feeling this in the lower back, letting the knees fall to the inside. And while we're holding it here with each deep breath, you can try and sink a little bit deeper, get a little bit more comfortable where you are. Okay, you gotta breathe deeply when you're stretching. Okay, come on back to the center. We're gonna do this twice more. Inhale, and let them fall. Trying to keep both shoulder blades on the floor while allowing the knees to fall to the side. And come on back to the center. One more time, deep breath. And let it fall. Good, and now come on back to the center. And we're gonna let the knees fall the other way this time. So again, both shoulder blades are on the floor. The opposite foot goes on top of the opposite knee, or ankle on the opposite knee, and then we're going to let the knees fall to the side. And come on back to neutral again. Deep breath. And let them fall. Come on back to the center. One more time, deep breath. And allow the knees to fall. And come on back to the center and allow the knees to fall. All right, we're going to sit up now. On va se redresser. Les deux jambes tendues devant nous. Okay, et on va aller chercher les orteils. Okay, so we're going to reach for the toes, deep breath. And I like to slide my hands down until I get to my goal. Take a few deep breaths here, okay? I know a lot of people have trouble staying here because it's like, it hurts. Try and breathe through it. Try and relax. Okay, don't go past where your limit is. And sitting back, again, deep breath. And exhale, coming forward. Forward fold. And sitting back, one more time, deep breath. And exhale, coming forward. Breathe. Very nice. 3, 2, 1, and come on back. All right, next up we have a seated twist. So it's going to kind of mimic what we did from the floor, but in a different way. Okay, so one leg straight, other leg over the top. Now you're going to take your opposite elbow, place it on the opposite side of the knee, and look behind you. On va tenir cet étirement qu'une fois. Alors, on va tenir pour un peu plus longtemps que les autres, mais je veux que vous respirez. Je veux que vous essayiez de vous relaxer. Et n'oubliez jamais de sourire. Or wait, sourire. Sorry. Souriez. Nice. Ok, 3, 2, 1. On revient à la position neutre. On va tendre cette jambe-là. L'autre jambe vient plier au-dessus de l'autre. On met la main en arrière et on met le coude sur le côté opposé du genou. Grande respiration et on fait la torsion. Prenez votre temps, ok? Attendez pas trop de vous-même. Alors, si vous savez, si vous connaissez votre corps et vous savez que vous ne pouvez pas aller dépasser un certain point, arrêtez à ce point-là, essayez de respirer et juste de gagner juste un peu plus de range of motion. I'm drawing a blank here. Et on revient vers l'avant. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Ok, on va maintenant cibler les cuisses. Ok, une jambe pliée et on met le pied en arrière de nous ou le talon aux fesses. Ok, rendu dans cette position, vous avez 3 options. Vous pouvez rester comme ça sur la main arrière. Vous pouvez vous descendre sur le coude du bras arrière ou bien, je ne sais pas si je peux le faire, mais vous pouvez vous coucher sur l'épaule comme ça. Mais ce que vous voyez maintenant, ce n'est pas bien. Je ne veux pas que vous décollez le genou du sol. Alors moi, je suis allé trop loin. Alors je vais revenir au coude parce qu'on veut garder le genou au sol et on veut sentir l'étirement dans les cuisses. Ok? On veut contracter les fessiers aussi pour plus étendre les hanches et plus sentir un étirement dans les cuisses. Nice job. L'autre chose que vous pouvez faire, c'est de allonger le bras au-dessus de la tête. Ok, on peut atteindre le mur arrière de nous. Trois, deux, un. Vous pouvez vous redresser de cette position-là et on va changer de jambe. Ok, alors on va allonger cette jambe-là. On va plier le genou opposé. Okay, so heel to your bum if you can. Now from here, like I was saying before, make sure that you're either on your hand, on your elbow, or on your shoulder. But on the other side, as I went down to my shoulder, my knee came up off the floor. So the goal here is to stretch the quads, which is not possible if we lift the knee up and have the hip flexed a little bit. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're extending the hip by squeezing your bum, and then also by keeping your knee on the floor. I'm going to drop down to my elbow. We're breathing here. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And on your next deep breath, come on back up to a seated position and then bring both legs in front of you. All right, shake it out a little bit. We are now going to move to what we call the couch stretch. So you are going to need a box or a couch or something. This can also be done against the wall, but you have to be extremely mobile to do this one against the wall. Okay? And I'll show you what this one is right now. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your foot onto that platform that's behind you. You're then going to lower your knee, and like I said, you can do this against the wall, but your foot would have to be up against the wall, and then you're going to try and get your knee down to the floor in front of the couch or the box or the chair or whatever you're using. Okay? And then from here, we're simply going to mimic the Samson stretch, right? So the Samson stretch is when you're just doing a half kneeling position on the floor, but now we've added a little bit extra by elevating our back foot. Okay? Now, make sure you're squeezing your bum, bringing your hips forward, driving the arm up. If you don't have anything to put your foot on, that's fine. Just do the Samson stretch, which I just described, which is just doing this position, but with your foot on the floor. Okay, so squeeze your bum, hips forward, and reach your back arm up if you wish. And then if you want to add a little something extra, then you can even lean laterally, like sideways. I don't want you to lean forward, but I want you to lean sideways over towards the leg that's off the floor. I'm sorry, towards the knee that's forward, I should say. Three, two, one, and come up slowly. So you can do one of two ways. You can either lean forward, put your foot off like that, or you can stand up. Okay, and then we're going to switch sides. So same thing, putting your foot up on the platform or the wall or whatever you're doing. Put your knee down. Make sure you're in a semi-comfortable position. Remember, if you're doing mobility and you're comfortable, then you're not you're not necessarily benefiting from it, okay? I want you to be a little bit in that discomfort zone so that it's actually going to be making a difference, right? Okay, squeeze your bum, hips forward. Okay, lean towards the front knee. That's it. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Breathe. All right, and after your last deep breath, then either stand up or come lean forward and bring your foot off the wall or the platform. All right, this time we're going to be doing the opposite. Okay, so watch here. This time you're going to be putting your front foot up on that platform. This one you actually can't do from the wall. You're going to need to find something, even just stack a couple books on top of each other. Okay, and then you're going to be lowering your leg, your back knee down this way. Okay, now here we're going to be targeting the other one. You may have felt a little bit more in your quads and maybe in the hip flexors. Here we're definitely going to feel it more in the hip flexor. Okay, so essentially I just want you to get that front foot up on the box, squeeze your bum, and enjoy. Bye, Noel. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. And now let's switch over to the other side. Okay, so you can start from a standing position if you wish. Front foot up on the box. Bring that knee down in front. Okay, squeeze your bum. Drive those hips forward. And always enjoy. Grande respiration, gang. Don't forget to squeeze your bum. Nice, and come on out of that stretch nice and slowly. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take the same approach here where your front foot is going to be elevated. You don't have to do this one on a box. You can just do it from the floor. But essentially we're going to be doing pigeon. So it's another look at a figure 4. So here's actually 3 options. 1, you can do the pigeon stretch from the floor. 2, you can have a seat and then bring one foot on top of the opposite knee like so. Or 3, you can do the same thing where your bottom knee is on the floor, but your front knee is in front and you're letting your knee fall toward the side. Now, if you're like me, your knee is not actually touching the bench or the box or whatever, that's totally fine. I'm just allowing myself through this extra range of motion I've given myself, I'm allowing my knee to maybe gain a little bit more comfort in this position, getting lower. Deep breaths, of course. Alors, on cherche la pleine amplitude. And I find this one helps if if I'm breathing, but also if I'm kind of rocking back and forth. Okay, alors, sentez libre de basculer ou de jouer un petit peu avec cette position pour pouvoir aller chercher la pleine amplitude de votre capacité. And 3, 2, 1. Nice and slowly come on out of that one. And then we'll switch over to the other side. So again, la jambe avant va sur la boîte ou le canapé. Et on va laisser tomber le genou vers l'extérieur. Okay. Ou vous pouvez faire ça du sol ou assise avec la jambe par-dessus le genou opposé en figure 4. Vous êtes libre de jouer avec cette position pour gagner plus de confort, pour aller chercher plus d'amplitude de mouvement, pour que vous soyez plus confortable, mais pas trop confortable. Bravo tout le monde. Continuez comme ça. Trois, 2, 1 et time. OK. On va lâcher cet étirement. OK, cette fois-ci, on va utiliser la boîte comme une cible, cette fois-ci. OK? Alors, je vais mettre mon matelas un peu écarté de la boîte. Je vais mettre mon pied, un poing et un pouce de la boîte. Et là, je vais essayer d'aller chercher la boîte avec mon genou, comme ça. OK? Et ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va aller chercher plus d'amplitude dans la cheville. Alors, si vous n'avez pas de boîte ou si vous ne désirez pas utiliser la cible, si vous voulez juste travailler sur la cheville, vous êtes libre. OK? Alors, on va essayer de faire knee over toe, comme ça. OK? Alors, ce qu'on fait avec le knee over toe, on va tout pas masser, mais on va comme étirer les muscles dans le bas du cheville ou dans le bas du mollet, je veux dire. On va aussi, il y a qu'une muscle qui est responsable pour la flexion dorsale et on va aller renforcer ce muscle-là. Okay, so if you don't want to use the box as a target or anything like that, that's totally fine, but make sure that your heel is staying on the floor and make sure your knee is going as far over your toes as possible. Okay, so we're not only loosening or stretching the muscles in the back of the calf and the ankle, but we're also strengthening the one muscle that's responsible for your dorsiflexion when your shin goes closer to the top of your foot. Very nice. Keeping that heel down, it might help to push down on the top of your knee. That way the heel is pressured down as well. Using some leverage here. 3, 2, 1. We're switching sides now. So come on up. I'm going to do the other side like this so I can still see everybody. So put it on the floor. Make sure that your knee is traveling as far forward over your toes as possible. Make sure your heel doesn't come up like this. Make sure your heel stays down. So drive the heel down, drive the knee forward. Heel down, knee forward, breathe. If you need like a quick break or something, you can come back and then forward. Totally fine. And 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. Next up, we're going to be doing a seated lower leg rotation. Okay. Okay, and I've said this about 100 times in my live classes if you've been a long time participant. So I want you to grab your seat. I also want you to grab an object that you can hold between your knees. It could be anything. It could be a waif. I'm using just a lacrosse ball. Okay, but it could be a tennis ball. It could be, I don't know, a dog toy. It could be a yoga block. It could be a water bottle, whatever it is. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to be rotating the lower leg because your knee is supposed to bend like this. But as we're walking and running and pivoting and squatting and doing all this stuff, the knee also experiences some unexpected rotations and turns and stuff like that. And I've said this like a million times on the channel here, right? Is that mobility equals stability, flexibility, and strength, right? So we have to be able to be strong in different ranges of motion and stable in order to be mobile. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this ball between the knees. We're going to start with our feet under our knees. Okay, we're going to be lifting up the feet, the toes, and then we're going to be rotating our toes towards each other. Okay, and if you think you can do this without the ball, you're incorrect. I want you to use the ball or whatever because I don't want any of this to happen. See my upper legs moving? No, that's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for our lower leg to move independent from our upper leg. See, doing it without noticing. So you have to squeeze the tennis ball or whatever it is in order to keep your upper leg from moving. Okay, here we go. Toes up. Rotate your feet inwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. Okay, so feet are going to be nice and close. Ball is going to be between the knees. Hold on one sec. There we go. So ball is going to be between the knees. Feet are close. Toes up. And we're going to rotate outwards. Lower leg only. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Whew. All right. Feel free to repeat that anytime. Anytime. Maybe not like every single day, but you can do like 2 or 3 sets of that while you're just like at the office or whatever it is. Okay, last stretch we're going to do is some for the wrists. Okay, because we do a lot, especially if you type a lot, or if you're chopping trees down or moving wood or anything like that at the cottage. I don't know, whatever you're doing on the weekend. Okay, you need the wrists. So let's go on all fours. Splay your fingers out nice and wide. Okay, écartez vos doigts. We're going to be rocking back and forth forward. Then we're going to push our fingers into the floor to propel us backwards. Forward and back, just like that. And while you're doing this, don't forget to breathe. Very good. Now this time I want you to turn your hand around towards the outside. So you're going to externally rotate your hand so that your fingers are facing you. If you're unable to do that, that's okay. Go as far as you can. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to come backwards, being very careful, pushing your fingers into the floor. Because I want some tension in your wrist here a little bit. And the rocks can be very big or be very small. You go to your max range of motion. All right, and now come on back to the neutral position again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be rotating inwards and outwards by just pretending like we're marching on the spot. So marching on the spot, rotating your hands inwards as much as possible. You might even feel this in the shoulders, and then going as far as you can towards the outside. Okay, and then back in. And back out. Back in, one more time. And back out. Very nice. All right, we can sit up now, hands together, and now we'll just do some wrist figure eights. Okay, so forwards, whatever that means, forwards. Just go in one direction, and then go whatever that means for you to go backwards. Okay, dans l'autre sens aussi. All right, now before we finish off today, we're going to be doing some things to strengthen our wrists as well, our extensors. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands on the floor. Now, if you can keep your arms straight, do it. I personally just can't. I don't have wrists that bend back very easily. Okay, so I'm going to have my elbows bent a lot. But for you, if you can keep your arms straight and lift your fingers off the floor, by all means do that. Okay, so we're going to be lifting all of our fingers off the floor 10 times. Just like this. Okay, then after that, then we're going to be doing hand push-ups where you're going to actually lift the palm off the floor and have only your fingers in contact with the floor this way. Okay, so 10 times fingers up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now come forward and get up on those fingertips. 1, 2, I shouldn't say fingertips. 3, 4, but just lifting your palms off the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. And then you can kind of stretch that out by not putting much pressure on, but just putting the back of your hand on the floor. Very good. If you're someone who does like Olympic weightlifting or gymnastics or anything like that, then I would definitely recommend that you stretch out your wrists before and after, because it really helps protect you, injury prevention before, during, and after. And then you're able to return to work. All right, nice job, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this mobility session today. What do I have in terms of announcements? Thank you for everyone who participated in the hero workout on Monday. It was a real honor to honor Warrant Officer Patrice Vincent. I think it was well received. Everyone did a fantastic job, gave their most effort, which I really appreciated, and I'm sure he would have as well. Other than that, I will see you all next week. I'll see you on Monday for some force prep. We are back to regularly scheduled programming next week with force prep. I'm not sure which task we're working on, but it's going to be a good one. So I will see you all on Monday. Thank you very much. Bon week-end tout le monde. Merci d'être connecté. Merci de vous connecter aussi lundi pour l'entraînement spécial pour l'adjudant Patrice Vincent. Moi, je l'ai apprécié et j'espère que lui aussi, il aurait apprécié aussi. Ok? Alors, on se voit la semaine prochaine. Passez le meilleur week-end de votre vie et on se voit lundi. Bye bye.
Bienvenue aux Forces armées canadiennes en forme, votre destination principale pour l'entraînement physique en ligne dans la communauté d'Espace. Notre mission, c'est d'offrir des programmes de conditionnement physique dynamiques et axé sur les résultats, conçu pour répondre aux divers besoins et désirs des membres des facs. Rejoignez-nous pour nos séances d'entraînement hebdomadaires, en ligne, en direct et bilingue, avec des options pour tous les niveaux de forme physique. Participez à nos défis et explorez notre contenu varié, des séances de mobilité aux programmes ciblés tels que la préparation pour l'évaluation force. Connectez-vous avec notre communauté dynamique en vous abonnant à notre bulletin et en nous suivant sur Facebook, Instagram et YouTube pour rester informé de nos dernières mises à jour et nos événements. Je suis Coach Saul et ensemble, nous sommes les facs en forme.